I don't know if you've seen Dylan Whyte's response or statement. He kind of said he's innocent and is looking to prove himself innocent. When a fighter tests positive, numerous times in their career, do you feel boxing fans or boxers can kind of accept that someone is innocent, whether they prove it or not?
Well, if he can prove it, that much better. You need to be very, very careful with what you eat and what you have in your supplements or whatever. You have to be very careful. And I've never been caught, and I'm always, careful. I'm, pretty basic. I buy protein powder and supplements from good brands, and I don't take any shade pre-workouts, anything. And I've never been caught, so you got to start wondering what's going on.
Otto, if he is found to not be cleared and found to have been cheating, of course Dylan has the opportunity to prove that he's innocent, but if he's found to be cheating, what should happen to him?
Well, he shouldn't fight again. I think it's simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the words of Otto Wallin, and as you guys heard him say, that, hey, he's a fighter, he's never been caught, he's pretty basic, he uses protein powder from good brands, and we look at Dillian Whyte with, doesn't he have a vitamin brand himself? Let me take a look real quick, because I know he uses the Wow or something like that. Let's see. Because I know, no, I think it's Wow, right? But I forget that brand. He's always using it. I can't remember what it is. I want to say that's a supplement, but I could be wrong. But anyhow, whatever he uses, that could have been the explanation of the adverse finding. Now, we did hear David Hay, though, because that video has just been, just put that video out maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. And David Hay was being told by Derek Chisora that Dillian Whyte was going to fail the drug test. So I'm like, well, how do you know someone's going to fail unless he's set up to be, or set up to fail, And I want people to understand something very carefully, okay? Let me go back, okay, and let you guys listen to this, okay?
The pre-workouts, anything, and I've never been caught, so.
Okay. So, I never been caught. That myself, my friends, does not sound good. I got to keep it a buck. It's like, okay, that's suspicious. I never get caught. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Let's look at anybody that shops in a store. And anybody that shops in a store that buys things like they're supposed to, purchase their item from a clerk or the machine these days, right? And walks out. No one says, I've never been caught with anything in my pocket, unless they were stealing. And in this case, unless they were failing or cheating. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound right. I don't, that sounds funny the way he says it. Like, I take protein powder. I've never been caught. I think, Otto Wallin's from Sweden. But I mean, he speaks English. But you look, the devil's in the details of how you explain things. You know what I mean? That's just like me. Let's use another example. I'm taking a test. I never got caught cheating. Well, that means I was cheating. That means I never got caught. That's a better example, right? Because it's like almost like, okay, well, you never got caught. That means you were doing something to never get caught doing. The correct way to say it is, I never been caught because I don't do anything. And that wasn't emphasized in this. It was just like, well, I never been caught. Maybe it's the way he worded it. I may be reaching, but then again, it does sound strange, right? But anyhow, he is right, though. Otto Wallin is right. because you do have to be responsible for what you put in your body and what you take and what supplements you take. And then I'm the case. I look at like these old school fighters. I don't even know if they took shit like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, at what point does these fighters understand that if these supplements that have minute, very minute amounts of whatever the hell in it, or possible minutes of whatever the hell in it, stop taking it. Stop. Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, if these you got from Conor Benn, Dillian Whyte, all the others, Canelo Alvarez with the meat and all that shit. So it's just like, okay, if you were taking something that possibly has something in it, don't take it. You don't need it at all. Like, what do you really need it for? You know what I mean? The only thing that I can understand a fighter taking is like, well, you need energy. Well, okay, eat better. Don't eat like a slob. Eat better food. Eat organic foods. Research the foods that you need organically. You know what I mean? Not supplements, because supplements are only there because the foods that you should be eating, you're not eating. That's the only reason for supplements. Okay? Unless you are taking something like glucosamine for your joints, and your arms and things like that may ache over time, or a broken bone or a torn ligament that you want to heal. And even that, I don't even know. But that's the only thing that, some kind of doctor prescribed medication or something like that can be examined and explained. Okay? But him saying Dillian Whyte is kind of suspicious, but he shouldn't fight again. Well, if he is cheating like that, he probably shouldn't have. But then if he had an adverse finding or contaminated drug sample in July or June of 2019 when he fought Oscar Rivas and that was cleared, how the hell can he not fight again? Because that doesn't count. Okay, Jarrell Miller has been popped year after year, 2019 and 2020 during COVID, and he's back again and he's fought 4 times. So I don't think that that's fair for Dillian Whyte, really, to say, oh, he should never fight again when he was cleared the last time he had an issue with this situation. Okay? It reminds me of a situation that I recently got out of, and it's like, okay, well, wait. If you're cleared for that or you have credit for this, why are you worried about why are these necessary? Where are all these steps coming from that, or your steps are being eliminated, that you have no other chances? And I'll leave you with this, okay? And this is something to think about. This is Otto Wallin. I always look at the person and the motive behind what the person's saying, because there's always a reason for what a person's saying. Sometimes it could be general, but then sometimes it could be specific. And in Otto Wallin's case, you guys remember Otto Wallin was scheduled to fight Dillian Whyte before he fought Tyson Fury, if you guys can remember. And he was pretty ate up about the idea of not getting that fight. And I was bummed because I wanted to see that damn fight. So I was bummed as a fan. But as he took it personally because that's a check, that's a purse, that's a way of life. He could have done some stuff. Those boxers take trips and chill and hang out with the family and do all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so if he was making $700,000 and $800,000, think about it. He could take 20 or 30 and go on a bomb trip, but he can't do that now because Dillian Whyte decided he had some type of problem with his shoulder, so he called the fight off. So that means that guy didn't fight, so that means that guy didn't get paid. So that may be a motive behind how he feels about Dillian Whyte. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Otto Wallin stating that Dillian Whyte has been caught before and is very suspicious. And if he is guilty, he should never fight again. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.